Hey everyone, Mherex here, bringing you another video. This one I'm going to be doing my third and final attack on Tier 4 today. Tier 5, I'm going to do Black and Muda. You guys saw them yesterday, so I'm not going to bother recording that. And the Tier 3 one, you can't showcase good damage. So this will be my last one for this rotation. Let me know in the comments. I'll show at the end of the video the ones I have available to try. If you really want to see them next week, I'll consider it. If they're useful and I have them leveled in hype. They have to be gold and have hype. So anyway, we're going to use Dudenator and we're going to use Julius Creed. I'll talk about the builds at the end. I'm visually checking to see both have straps and medals equipped so I don't make that mistake again. Yeah. All right, let's get in here and run it on Taker. Here we go. Love Dudenator. A lot on all modes. Let's see how he does going first. Good, good, good. Get the buffs out. They're going to tick right here. Now we are going to hit this and they're going to go off. Because that's how this works. It's like 240 or something, I think. We're going to hit this. I'm getting more efficient with my Dudenator. And then we're going to hit this. And they're going to go off again. I think that was like 600. Okay. Now is, what does he do specifically? I always click the wrong button. He is going to, next move, he's going to deal and make the bottom 4 rows into power gems. I'm going to do this for science. I want to see if when my turn starts, this goes off, 1, and 2, does it count as an action? So this is being done for science. This may not be efficient. We will see. Hopefully there's some up here and not a lot on the bottom 4 rows. 1, 2, 3. Not ideal. Now hopefully... Okay, that sucked. That was not smart by me. I think it'll all work out in the wash, but that did not do what I wanted it to do. Certainly. Okay. Learning experience. Alright. I guess in that situation, if I had to do over again, I just hit the finisher, question mark. That's okay. We're still going to get the attack off, so no harm, no foul, actually. Actually, that was fine, because we got an extra attack from it, so that's fine. That looked like it did 275, assuming this goes off here, which it should after I hit the move before his turn. Should. If not, then I really messed that up, and I also... This one, they stay out, so this one it would have been fine. Yeah, it did mess it up. In retrospect, though, holding it for here, and that did not count as an action. Alright. That did not count as an action. Okay, good to know. Actually, I probably would run that identical from now on. That's how I'll run it. I think that ended up working out better in the long run. I think. It's still a lot to get used to, wrap your head around, at least for me, with how jugs and countdowns work on their timers and whatnot. The goal is we're just building a bunch of stacks of buff, right? A lot of stacks as we go. So... And because this is going to be our last action, we really don't have a lot to do. Actually... I am curious about something. Juggernauts stay through destruction. Since it wasn't counting against action, I think we can get a little bonus here. After we die, the Juggernaut should still be there. More science. Indeed, they are. Some of them are. Alright, well, it'll screw my build up, so I have to cover them up. I think. How many? Because we got 30 and 20. Why do I have extra trap gems? Oh, never mind. 30 and 4 rows is 20. What am I? Sorry. Holy crap, Mherex. 4 rows. It's 28 and 20, 48. So we have 1 extra. But I don't think that will cover the jugs up. So I think, yeah, we're just going to cover it with the multiplies with Julius just to be safe. We're going to get 1 less than we should. But better safe than sorry. That was for science and not great. Now, the key is if we're able to recycle the blue, not this first turn, but on the subsequent turns, potentially can be great. Which is fine. We don't care here because we're 2-clicking it, right? Now we're not going to get the multiply. But we'll refill the blue potentially for some point next turn, which is fine. But I should have done the multiplies the second turn, so I did that wrong too. The multiply should have went out the second turn when there was more buff. So misplayed that. It should have been purple, purple, and then purple, purple, blue, right? So, whatever. And I have a purple to blue plate to get back to the multiplies. Just because I didn't have an extra It's a Trap laying around. Oh, I hate that those are there, and there's 2 of them. Really, game? Sometimes, game. Sometimes. Otherwise, the traps will overwrite. I think. Because there's not enough spaces. No, I don't think I know. They'll overwrite, so this is going to be better. This is with 2 buffs, so this one should hit better. I don't know how much this is, but it's probably a lot. Yeah, that was 1.1 billion. So we keep not getting any blues to drop in, which is unfortunate. And we also didn't get the purple to blue there on the last turn. Also unfortunate. So we really need to get a blue match here on this break. Otherwise, we're going to lose out on 1 billion damage. Yeah, that's a fat lot of no. Unfortunate. So your Julius damage will vary. If you don't play your first turn stupid, you'll get a lot more. And if you get some luck with your... See, that was just 1 turn off, right? And now we can't really do anything because we put our traps out and we're done. There's no swipe or anything like that. So all of these are dead moves. Unfortunately. Too bad. Too bad. That could have been better. He still hit hard, but definitely could have been better. And that's where, like, getting their rotations down helps a lot. Let's see how we did total, though. I probably cost myself at least 500 million, and then we got kind of screwed as well. Yeah, so Sammy did 1.8, and Julius did 2.1. Julius could easily do 3. Sammy's a decent 1.8 for this, which is solid. 4 billion. I had a way better day yesterday in general, but I am saving my best for last. Black and Muda on Hell mode should hit very hard. Class advantage for Black. I'm thinking he will go maybe close to 3 billion, and Muda, as long as I don't get screwed like I did last video, he should do 5. So I'll probably do like 8 billion on the last one. These are okay. I definitely Dudenator in the rotation is good for showboats for what I have. And Julius is a great fill-in anywhere. This is with his gear. Let's look at what they have, right? So Julius, Ilya, both good all the time. Julius a solid 2 bill everywhere to 3 bill, depending if it works out right. Now, you could use It's a Trap, and that would probably be the play, for sure. Because then you just 2-click it. You don't have to worry about it. When you get the this, then you can put it down. But I do think it could potentially mess up after your traps are down. Probably not. No, you'd be fine doing it that way. Yeah, It's a Trap would be the play, except for when this plate works. It does work well, right? It's what let me get the blue loaded, but we didn't get any other matches to help. So a match in that would get you loaded, which just depends on your cascade. But for Julius, of note, I don't have the Wyatt moment, which would certainly help with his multiplies, but I do have the gear, and that's why we care about his multiplies, and also then in your setup, right? Because I wanted to make sure, I knew Sammy would load the blue. Purple wasn't guaranteed, so I made sure purple would be loaded, and then I used Seth, and what's his butt here? Brett. If you knew you were going to get everything loaded, then you could do way different setup, right? If you don't have Seth, then just another zombie for your alternative. But It's a Trap would, I think, be the way to go for sure. Because just then you would consistently hit on both of them. So I will because of how good Ilya is on so many things, I will do him again tomorrow with It's a Trap and see how it looks that way for you guys, because I think that'll be consistent and way better. And do it if I have 2 It's a Traps, I will. I might only have 1. You know what? I'll probably just do it tomorrow anyway, just for so you guys can see it. So that was the Julius setup. He can definitely do better. I think with everything, like including the moment he has and stuff, that he could probably be useful for you on every single rotation. Probably close to Muta level. So he's probably gonna get an S tier from me on this, probably. Anyway, and then Sammy, pretty straightforward setup. Blue Royal Rumble, you probably noticed, right? This one it goes off to get a few extra blues, and 150 strap. I do have this moment, which is adding 50% blue gems. Not a ton, not a little. And then we had the buff, and this. That's all we were basically using. The MP up and this move. And so I could get started turn 1. I had the 3 MP and then 4 from Kofi is 7. Our turn is 8, Santa's 9. That let me start the cycle the way I wanted to, putting the jugs down. And then I went with Seth for an extra jug and Goldberg for an extra jug. So we're making 8. So we're getting 800% blue gem damage in that rotation, right? And and we're getting 2 of those. So the second one, it's actually 1600%. That's why he does so well. So he's pretty simple. Really, substitute here. If you don't have him, the best substitute would be your best blue gem damage, right? Same thing with Goldberg. Those are your best substitutes, is blue gem damage. And then Blue Royal Rumble is needed here. This is optional. If it works, great, but you're not going to count on it most of the time. So yeah, that's what I got for this one. As far as next week on Showboat, on Striker, when we use showboats, these are currently, although this will probably change a lot because I'm getting a hype pull every day now, because our faction's able to do tier 5, so it gives me a hype 10 pull every day. I think I'll run Goldberg for sure next week on this rotation, even though I've done him with a different build. But your other options to check would be like these 5, because I'm not going to run Regal and he's silver, and I'm not going to run any of these because they're lower, right? So next week, these would kind of be your 5 options, unless I get someone else hyped. So let me know what you think there. And let me just look at my class real quick. Man. Let's see. Showboat. Because 10, level 1 of hype isn't a big commitment for me. Am I under something? Oh, here's the problem. Right. I think. Man. There. Who would I think about possibly investing 10 hype in? Although Showboat hype for me is real premium because I had to use everything to get Dudenator to 2, all my wildcard because I haven't pulled any for him. What is going on? What am I doing wrong? I just... Men by talent. That's... I'm so stupid. Oh, I'm frustrated right now. Sorry, guys. Yeah. So Drew... potentially super interesting. Because he's got a 2-click move. Drew would be really interesting, actually. With yeah, he's got us. I should have used Drew. Should have taken Drew. If you guys are watching this at the end, definitely use Drew. Multiply gems. You make more, right? So you're getting. Oh yeah, I should have used Drew for sure, for sure, for sure. And then the green finisher. Your yellow gem damage by 100%, swap a 7x7. And you could run him with a yellow Royal Rumble for extra yellow, but he wouldn't recycle, so you'd need an extra click, which, as you guys know, can mess things up, right? So you could start off with these 2 charged, and then turn 1, get 2 cycles in, or if you ran him with a Maze Crown on the primary slot, Maze Crown and yellow Royal Rumble, that would be the ticket for Drew. Drew is the one I should have used on this one, for sure. For sure, for sure. Should have used Drew. Well, next week. I was looking at my hyped ones, right? Should have used Drew, and I do have enough wild cards. So next week we'll do Drew. For sure. Taker could potentially be solid just in general if you have the crossfires. I don't know that I really want to use him, though. Because he can do 2 moves. Pig Boy could be potentially interesting, actually. Maybe. I don't have all the moments, though. So, second moment would be more. And he's not gold anyway. So, yeah, those are probably the ones. Waller may be interesting. Not enough for me probably to hype him based on my roster, unless I pull hype though. So next week, I'll put hype into Drew, and we will test him for sure. But then whoever else we get, let me know what you guys want to see. But I will hype Drew next week and use him. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Remember to like, subscribe, and share because that really helps me out. And I'll see you back tomorrow for another 3 rounds, and then potentially 4, if tier 5 is someone I haven't already shown you. So thanks for watching, guys. Good luck out there. Yeah, should have used Drew. Should have used Drew.